Speaking of Ohio State, we made an OC hire over the weekend. We made it. We had no coaching positions open. So when Hartline was on staff, he was receivers coach slash offense coordinator. He leaves, and they fill in the wide receiver role with the LSU guy, Cortez Hankton.
Spanish
And so
conquistador from LSU.
so they hire Arthur Smith to come in and be the offensive coordinator. He is not on the recruiting trail. He's basically an offensive analyst who is going to be the offensive coordinator. He's going to call the plays. He's going to coach plays up during practice. He's going to call the plays. As a Steelers fan, as an Ohio State fan, it was like back to back. Like it was like Mike McCarthy. Really? That's who we went with? And then like within like 3 hours, it's like the Buckeyes just hired Arthur Smith as your offensive coordinator. I was a lot more angry about it on Saturday or Sunday, whatever day it was, than I was as I am now. I've settled down with it a little bit right now, but go ahead and give your thoughts first.
So, if you watch the Steelers' offense this year, not the most overly impressive all the time. That's a nice way of saying it. I know his track record. He's had head coaching experience. He's had a lot of OC experience. I am worried about the extravagance of what he will be able to call. With all the different playmakers. In the NFL, the parity line is so thin. So many games are so close. Whereas in college, it's like, oh no, you have like at Ohio State, these 10 guys are like 10 of the top 100 players in the nation, okay, athletes wise. And so you don't have to be like, on 3rd and 2, we are going to run in the A gap or we're going to run a counter trap. Like, no, dude. Like, put your athletes out in space. So I don't know if he's going to be able to see, like, use your athletes because these guys are better than these guys over here dominate that way. Where in the NFL, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was originally doom, and I'm a little bit like doom and gloom, and now I'm a little bit more like I've come around a little bit, and so obviously when I first think about this, and I'm gonna give my friend Mr. Jeremiah Bright, JB, I'm gonna tag you on this, and then you're gonna hopefully watch the podcast for the first time. Kind of called me, tried to make me feel dumb on Facebook when I posted about this, and I said just like how I'm disappointed in the hire. If you've watched, the Steelers offense the last 2 years, there's nothing about it that screams like this. It just didn't elevate to what we wanted as Steelers fans. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is old, and we had no receivers outside DK Metcalf. I mean, how many times have I gone on here and said that our second best receiver is our running back or our tight end? Like, the fact that that's the case is it's not good for your team. And so, obviously, he's going to come into Ohio State. He's already going to have a receiver. Jeremiah Smith right now is better than DK Metcalf. I would take Jeremiah Smith over DK Metcalf 10 times out of 10, right?
Jeremiah Smith is an all-pro, is an NFL all-pro in college.
Yeah. And we're going to have, Ken Gainwell and Jalen Warren have played well this year. They were the highlights of the team in the run game. The run game definitely improved. And some of the trick plays that he did bring in were something that we haven't seen in Pittsburgh. The thing that we got upset with as Steelers fan was how stagnant it was of like screen passes on second and long, settling for a screen pass, or third and long. Not even like 3rd and 25, like 3rd and possible, like the 3rd and 9 trying to run a screen. That just doesn't work. It just doesn't feel like you could see it coming from a mile away. It's like, why are we doing this? Part of it is maybe 47-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Part of it is trying to be overly creative sometimes, I think. That's the lasting picture in my mind of Arthur Smith, and so part of that is why I was so frustrated early on. Now, do I think that he's going to come in and improve the run game? I do. I think our run game obviously needs to be improved. Under Chip Kelly, our run game was explosive. Running gap schemes, running zone schemes, running all those different things that we had only been running zone for forever. I think Arthur Smith will come in and continue that. And this is where JB gets a shout out. This is where my buddy Jeremiah Bright, this is where he said like the balance of him and Ryan Day can be what works. I think we all know that Ryan Day, in his prime of calling plays, is able to stretch the field vertically and get good passing concepts with good receivers. And we might have got away from that a little bit, but for whatever reason, I think that when Chip Kelly was having a great run game and Ryan Day can then balance it, I think that we need a guy that's going to come in that his job is solely to be an offensive coordinator, and that's what he is. And those two can almost marriage their two offenses together. And I think that Arthur Smith's run game, his kind of trickery, and Ryan Day's pass game, if they can merge those together and it can be explosive, then I'm all for it. The only problem is that Arthur Smith is also like Ryan Day was this year. The offense slows down. It's stagnant. We cannot waste games with possessions